Trent, really, you must be happy with that performance. It was really clinical.
Yeah, I thought really strong mindset right from the start, and then you often see teams sort of come in at half time, they've played well with a lead, and then it just goes tit for tat. I thought they came out, scored 2 tries in the first 10, and still put the foot down right to the end. So I think that was really positive signs for the mindset of the team.
Christian Wolf said just then he didn't think any of those 4 players should have been sent to the sin bin. He just was absolutely dumbfounded by the decisions, just from a coaching perspective, not on the whole incident, but just the ruling behind putting 4 off at once.
Yeah, there was obviously the incident just before that happened, and then as soon as they put a warning out, you sort of knew that it was all a fair bit of hot air after the try. Like, not much happened. It was just it was push and shove, but the warning 30 seconds before, probably, I think obviously that pushed them into sending, but 4 off was a lot. It seemed like possibly 1 from each side would have been enough because nothing really happened. Anyway, it was Warren Ryan's 11v11, so we got to see 10 minutes of that and see how it went.
What did you make? Obviously, like next year, Teddy, you won the Arthur Beetson medal tonight. You must be terribly proud. But Trent, I'll start with you about just his form was tonight unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of. If you're going to watch how to play fullback, you've watching Ted play. A lot of fullbacks want the sweep lines. They get known for swinging out wide and creating 3-on-2s and all of that. Ted starts at the ruck, then moves to an edge, then moves to the other edge, and then chases a kick, and then fields a kick. There's so much variety in his play. And we obviously opened up the ruck tonight on the back of Ted. I thought Nafahu White did a really strong job with a lot of other guys, but Teddy was the catalyst for opening up their middle. And then when they covered that, then he went to the edges with guys. So, about 10 minutes to go, I said to Justin Holbrook, just about Teddy's variety in his game. It was pretty special.
What did you make of the way White and Lemieux came back from being binned too? Obviously, there was a bit of heat there. Like you say, it's hot air, but it was hot air heat, if you want to call that. But the way they came back and Spencer making that break, and he obviously relishes being a villain of the piece, but he actually played extremely well. What did you make of the way they came back?
Yeah, I think that was, 2 parts. They came back on. There was 20 minutes into the game, and there was a lot in that. And then they both came back, and they obviously, the pair of them, I saw them at half time, and they were sitting next to each other, and they both apologised for getting sent to the bin, but they must have talked it during that 10 minutes, and then they set a tone with the dial back a couple of notches from when they left, and then they took over the defence and the attack. And then, Spenny's try was great. That's a really nice forwards try to break on that line and then to run around the fullback. So, and then they started the second half and got the tone started there for us again. So it's a credit to them. The front rowers, they were upset about their half getting sort of had a go at. They went too far, they go to the bin, and then they dial it back and get back to work. So, yeah, that's a good day for a front row.
You must love that, Teddy. As a captain, you saw what happened, and then they come back and do that and lead as you did. But you must. And White was fantastic last week too.
Yeah, definitely. I think Fahu's been our best all year. The way he's led the forward pack, he's been unbelievable. I think he's only played 50 games the other week, so. He's an unbelievable leader of our pack, and Spencer's, like you said, he relishes in that villain role. But I think they both knew when they came back on that they, let us down a bit, leaving us out there with only 11. But again, they came on and changed the momentum and got us rolling through the middle, and then our spine sort of took advantage of that. So, I think after they came back on, they were really pleasing for us.
The last 2 weeks, you got, the Dogs next week.
Yeah.
You've only conceded 16 whatever points it is the last 2 weeks, and people will be looking over their shoulders at your team. But that what a great preparation that is coming into such a big game, and you've got destiny in your own hands a little bit, Teddy.
Yeah, well, the best defensive teams win the comp at the end of the end. We've, I think after the bye, sort of those 3-4 games, we let in a lot of points, and we spoke about that, and we've the last 2 rounds we've really had that mentality of defending our goal line with everything, and we've really showed that against 2 pretty good attacking teams. But Bulldogs have been the one or 2 best teams all year, so it's going to be a good challenge for us. But our last 2 weeks has been our best footy. Tonight's been our best 80-minute performance, and we'll take our lessons, recovery on, and be ready to go. It's another do or die game next Friday, so looking forward to it.
So do you know what Sammy Walker's going to be doing on the field all the time? He was great this evening.
Sorry, what was the question?
Do you know what Sammy's going to do when he's on the field?
Not really, no. He's a very high instinctive player. I'm just loving having him back. Him and Hugo, they've only played 3-4 games together. We're just building on that combination, and I think those 2 really complement each other really well. Hugo's controlling the game, it's his kicking game, and his communication, and then Sammy's playing footy. So it's a really good balance, and we're going to keep getting better and better. But Sammy, to come back after an ACL, it's not easy, and he's come back, hit the ground running, which is not easy to do. But it's a credit to him the way he's come back and attacked the game, and I love playing with Sammy. He's just a high instinctive, very skillful, sees the game really well. So he's been awesome.
Trent, round 1, we all know what went on there, and then you came here and I think you had a win early on in the season. And we asked you about this side. You said we've got to coach them. They're young blokes. We've got to get game to them. You've got a game plan. And as the season's gone on, this side's got better and better. Is it now to the point where, even though you still remain 9th, just on for and against at the moment, are you starting to see where you are envisaging this side, and are you a little ahead of schedule in your opinion on this side and its performance at the moment?
There's a lot of belief in what we could do right from the start of the year. We were very clear on what we thought we were going to do, but we knew we were going to have to play more minutes for guys, and we knew we were going to have to play first games for guys and get as many games in as we could and re-establish a bit of identity on who we are. I think we're getting really close to that. I think we've been really focused week to week. We sort of know our style of footy. I think we're getting close to that. Next week will be a really clear picture of where we're at and whether we're going to make a difference this year. So, like where we're going, challenge right in front of us.
What about Marky Mark? 3 tonight.
Did he? Yeah, okay.
We've spoken about him a lot, and I think Kevy said he's looking at him as could become a dual international. I mean, his trajectory, and what did you like about what you saw tonight and where he could go for the rest of the season?
Well, I think the first thing I noticed, he obviously had the kick try pretty early off Hugo's Sammy to Hugo there, but his backfield carries tonight were much better than the last week. He had one carry where I think he got tackled on the 10 and he ended up getting to the 20 post contact. He was really physical carrying the ball, and I think that's what Kevy would be looking at as well, someone that's going to do the hard work, going to defend well, and then also going to have instinctive plays when it comes to that time. And he's on maybe 20 games in now, 21 games in. He's on a really, really good path. You can see he enjoys playing our game. I don't know about playing that, but I just know that he's a very good player and he's still got improvement in him.